Good evening, I'm Ryan Pyburn. Today is December 10th, 1933. Prohibition has ended just 5 days ago, so we've decided to give you an all-inclusive report on it. Prohibition started not recently, but in the 1820s and 30s. A religious wave swept through America, inspiring many perfectionist movements, including Prohibition. Consumption was at a record high, and President Wilson passed a wartime prohibition in 1919 to preserve grain for food during the war. That same year, the 18th Amendment was passed, banning all production, sale, and consumption of alcohol. It was ratified on January 29, 1919, and in October, Congress passed the National Prohibition Act. Prohibition was tough to enforce, as we can all imagine. Think of it this way. Say the government was to ban something that everyone enjoyed, like a certain size soda container, because it was too much and too unhealthy, so they restricted it to smaller portions. Everyone would be pretty upset. But now imagine government banned all soda altogether. This was almost the same thing. First, the responsibility to enforce it went to the IRS, but later went to the Justice Department. It was more strictly enforced in rural areas than urban areas due to the fact that the rural areas were more sympathetic to the legislation. Drunken arrests went down and alcohol consumption went down 30%. Though it was being enforced, those who wanted to drink were going to drink. They just needed more inventive ways to do it. Bootlegging, speakeasies, and moonshine were ever so popular. Though some crime went down, new crime sprouted. Gangsters flourished during the ban, including Al Capone, raking in over $60 million a year from the trade of alcohol. This was a dangerous business. Gang violence shot up with the St. Valentine's Day Massacre as a prominent example. Gangsters tied to Capone dressed as policemen intercepted an alcohol trade, killing 7 rival gang members. The high price of the contraband meant the rich were more privileged to the alcohol than the poor. Support for the ban was diminishing by the end of the 20s. During the Great Depression, the legalization of alcohol was seen as a way to create jobs. FDR won the presidency, and in February 1933, Congress adopted the 21st Amendment, repealing the 18th. Though the ban was lifted by government, some states have kept it, but we speculate that it will most likely be over by 1966.